Crews are calling off recovery efforts tonight after two people died in an avalanche just above Sandy. It happened in Big Willow Cirque. We do have team coverage for you tonight. Sheriff Parks spoke with avalanche expert Craig Gordon for his analysis on this avalanche. But first, Andrew Adams live at Hidden Valley Park in Sandy. And Andrew, what have we learned about the victims and how this all played out?
Well, crews say the men who died were 23 years old and 32 years old. They were apparently friends with the survivor as well who got out. We don't have a lot of information about him. It's a 5-hour hike from where we're standing to where those men were across some very treacherous terrain. We want to show you what it looked like a little bit earlier. There are actually two helicopters that were out assisting with rescue operations earlier. We're told it was reported after 10 a.m. Apparently the survivor was able to dig himself out and call for help. That obviously brought out a large response from multiple agencies, including Unified Police, Unified Fire, Sandy Fire, Draper Fire, Utah Avalanche Center. This afternoon, searchers were able to get up to the area and confirm the two fatalities. The sheriff calling it a tragic set of circumstances.
We understand people want to go up and enjoy this beautiful mountains and snow, but there's always that chance that the weather changes or the snow. You know, it's just a tough time and very tragic, and our hearts go out to the families of these individuals.
We're told the survivor was taken away in fair condition. Crews have been talking to him about the circumstances of what happened. Also, it sounds like he's helped to give a handle on where those two skiers are. Late this afternoon, crews said that the conditions were just too dangerous to continue with recovery operations, so they plan to be out here early tomorrow morning to resume. And now back to you.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate. All right, Andrew Adams live tonight. Andrew, thank you. Our team coverage continues with Sheriff Park. And Sheriff, you heard from avalanche forecaster Craig Gordon. No doubt here, a difficult day for anyone that loves the backcountry.
Yeah, very, very tough for everyone who enjoys our backcountry and spends their life, like Craig Gordon, forecasting avalanches here in Utah. Now, when I spoke with him, he had just spoken to the skier who was rescued off of the mountain, and he tells us that these skiers, they were experienced backcountry skiers, and they had all the avalanche gear that they would need to be in the backcountry. Unfortunately, they were caught by this avalanche that was several feet deep and several hundred feet wide as they were hiking up the mountain. Now, Gordon was on site today providing rescuers with insight into the terrain in Big Willow Cirque. He calls it very serious terrain that is steep and rocky. He was also providing information about the continued avalanche risk in the area, which needs mitigation before rescuers can recover the bodies of the two men that didn't survive. Now, many Utahns know Gordon from his decades of forecasting with Utah's Avalanche Center. This is a man who has dedicated so much of his life to warning others about the dangerous conditions, and so for him today, this outcome was devastating.
This situation, of course, deeply rocks my world and deeply breaks my heart. And my heart is very heavy for this group that loves the snow and loves the mountains as much as I do, and now are dealing with something that is so emotionally insurmountable. My heart breaks for this entire community right now.
Now, it's not often we see that kind of emotion from Craig Gordon, and so it was very somber this afternoon. Now, Gordon says with the conditions right now, rescuers, they need to be so careful and not take any risks, which is why the recovery efforts were called off today. The area where they need to go could be at risk for more slides, and the visibility in the area for air support is very limited, especially with the wind, the rain, and the cloud cover up in that area. Now, Gordon says that this area received 3 feet of heavy, wet snow over the past week, adding to the risk in the area. Tomorrow, they'll have to look at those conditions once again to determine if it's safe enough to start this recovery effort. But right now, Mike, this is a day-by-day decision. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, like you said, you don't see Gordon that emotional typically when he's reporting on some of these things. So you can see how hard it hits him and, as mentioned, the whole community. Thank you. Reminder, now's a good time to download the KSL Plus app. Be sure to sign up for our push alerts to stay in the know for the latest breaking news, weather, and sports. It is available to download for free on your Apple or Android app store.